Assembly of God. I'm Pastor Roland Siao, as many of you would know me, but I'm here to share with you the exciting theme that we are coming into. The different ministries of the church are all gearing together to develop this theme of building God's house. And I'm also really excited to see our Lexington Road property coming up, and it's all gearing up for that. And there are many aspects of building God's house, but you know, we'll never be able to build God's house properly if we do not have the right attitude. Bible says in Psalms that if we can build the house in vain if God is not the builder. And so God wants us to partner with Him in building His house, but in order to do that, our heart attitudes must be right. And so this series examines some of the heart attitudes and conditions to gear us up to be able to build the most important thing in this world that will last for eternity, not just in bricks and mortar, but in the lives of people, the house of the Lord, the church of God. Thank you for sharing with us this series.
Hi, well, you've just heard from our senior pastor, Pastor Roland Siao, about how a new, exciting series called Building God's House. My name is Pastor Chris Ong, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about today's cell group lesson. You know, we're just so thrilled that we get this chance to explore building God's house together across all of the different ministries in our church. You're one of many cell groups that are meeting this week, exploring the spirit of commitment. This is happening across Fungus, 101, our young adult cell groups, and our adult cell groups. And so, as a whole body, as one united house of God, we are really looking into what it means to build His house. As a senior leadership team, we sat down and there were several approaches that we could have taken to do this study. We could have looked at what it is to be God's house. We could have looked at the temple, the church, all kinds of things like that. Or we could have looked at the kind of external things that are required to build God's house. Instead, we've opted to emphasize, much like what the Bible emphasizes, the things of the inside. The inner heart changes, the character, the attitudes, and the spirit that goes on inside for a proper orientation before we even begin building God's house. Today's passage is a little bit like that. And today, as we get into the cell lesson, we're specifically zoning in on the spirit of commitment, something that happens on the inside. And we're going to look at a passage from Kings, where we look at King Solomon, and he's dedicating the temple, the house of God that he has built in his time, that his father dreamt of building. So if you turn to that with me, you'll see this verse. Let your heart therefore be wholly true to the Lord our God, walking in His statutes and keeping His commandments as at this day. That let your heart therefore be wholly true. All of those words, actually in Hebrew, is just two words. Shalom lavev. Now, lavev is heart, but the word I want to focus in on is the word shalom. Here it is translated as wholly true. Let your heart be wholly true. We know that that word shalom is used all over the Bible, and it's even used by Jews today to mean fullness, completeness, peace. It's finding your fulfillment in. It's being wholly true to something. And what God really wants from us is a heart that is fully true, that finds its completeness, that finds its peace, that finds its fulfillment in God. Now, Solomon was at that stage at one point of his life. In fact, right at this point when he's building the temple, it's probably the highlight of Solomon's career. And as you'll hear later on in today's cell lesson, I hope that that he did some pretty amazing things. But I hope that you keep in the back of your mind the thing that really threw Solomon off his track. Solomon started well, but he didn't certainly end well. Something took hold of his heart. Somehow his heart was no longer fully complete with just God. And he ended up doing other things. And I think it'll be interesting as you discuss that and explore that in your cell group. I just want to leave you with this thought as you kick in to your cell lesson. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody has given you just half their heart? Maybe it's a loved one. Or maybe you've been in this situation. I certainly have been counseling quite a lot of these types of situations where you're sitting down and you're having a romantic dinner with someone, or you've got some alone time finally with a person that you love, and you're sitting there and they're like this: "Oh, hi, I'm so glad that I'm having a romantic dinner with you, but hold on." And then they're off on their phone and they're all doing other things, and their mind is somewhere else, their heart is somewhere else, but they're physically there. And I think that's what God was talking about when He says He wants a whole heart to be wholly true. He wants our focus to be on Him, reliant on Him. Now that doesn't mean that all we think of is church and every day it's Bible, Bible, Bible. No. But what it does mean is this: that our loyalty and our commitment, and when you come down to the core of it, it's all about Christ. So I'm hoping as a cell group you will discuss these kinds of things as you look into this dedication prayer. Have a good time with this series. There are 4 sessions, and I believe it will really transform your life. God bless.